Yo, what's up? Today I'm talking about how to be a boss as a short man. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, how to be a boss as a short man. Now, listen, I am 5'7", right? I am not the average height of a man. The average height of a man in North America is 5'9". Tom Cruise is 5'7". There's many examples of short men out there, and it is what it is. I can't change it. I mean, I could wear sneakers. I get these ads all the time of, hey, the sole is 3 inches. That helps. I tend to wear mostly a sneaker, not because I'm insecure about my height, not at all. I want to wear something comfortable, but typically the sneakers that I like have like a 2 to 2.5 inch sole on it. So that's good. The fact of the matter is that I've spoken to a lot of women on this topic, and I'm like, would you go out with a short man, whatever? Of course, most prefer a tall man, and you know the real reason? Okay, there's a few reasons, but like the number one reason is, guess what? The number one reason is, and this is the feedback that I've had, is because if they wear heels, 3 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch, they don't want to be taller than the guy. It's as simple as that, right? Obviously, number two, this is psychologically, they see a tall man, they think he can protect her, that there's like all these other layers of like the masculinity part. That's what they see, and they see, oh, this guy's a provider and a protector, right? But really, practically, it's the heels thing. Okay, so I was inspired to do this video because I went to this Latin restaurant. I live in Atlanta, and there's quite a few Latin restaurants. Well, this Latin restaurant's a little different in that what happens is on the weekend evenings at 11 o'clock, the place turns into a nightclub, essentially, right? Playing anywhere from Latin house to salsa, merengue. And if you're not familiar with the Latin scene, the men, when they dance with the women, are to lead the woman, always. Like that's just the culture, that's the music, right? Whatever the dance is, the man leads the woman. So one of the owners of this place, he's like maybe 5'4" at best. Short guy, right? In okay shape, kind of a dad bod-ish, but he's got some swagger to him. So I'm watching this because he was sitting on the other side of the bar. They have this awesome bar, right? So it's like this big rectangle, and you can see basically all around this bar. And then in behind, they've got like some seating and all that stuff. And then they remove all the chairs and everything as the evening gets later to turn it into this like nightclub. So I'm seeing this dude across, one of the owners, and he's with this woman, and she's probably 5'10". Now, okay, she had heels, so she's maybe 5'7", 5'8". Anyways, actually, wait, no, she was more like 6 feet because she did have heels, so her actual height was probably 5'8"-ish with a 4-inch heel, something like that. So clearly taller than him. So they're talking, and I'm watching this interaction, right? And he's got his masculine frame. She's like good eye contact. She's flirting with him. She's not fazed by his height at all. They get up, they walk around, they change seats a few times. She's into this dude, right? But the biggest thing that struck me was this. They get up later when it becomes this nightclub, and they go over to the dance floor, and this guy like controlled her like a boss, man. He's like pushing her forward, making her spin, just completely taking control over her, and just making her do what he wants. And his facial expression, his body language, he was just like, yeah, I'm the boss, and you're gonna do what I want you to do. And she was loving it. They end up kissing on the dance floor, and she's super into this guy. And so why I'm sharing this story is because you might be insecure about your height. And sure, there are men that are very, very short. I would say a couple things I'm going to say. First of all, one, yes, there are women that are okay with short guys, but in general, most women want to date a guy around their height or taller because they're thinking of the heels, right? So luckily for me at 5'7", there's a lot of women around my height or shorter, like between 5 feet, 5 feet and 5'5". There's a lot of options and choices. I tend to twitch a little bit with dating profiles or in general when I see a woman and she's like 5'8", 5'10", just because they just might not be, there's a higher chance they won't be into me. So I usually don't approach the tall women. You can, absolutely, you can be a boss and do that. It's just you run the risk of more rejection. So I'm pretty good at knowing my profile. So, but I encourage you not to allow your height to bother you to the point where you won't even approach women, right? Don't be insecure about it because you can't change it. You can't change that. What you can change is going to the gym, taking care of your skin, eating well, those things, and the way you dress, what you smell like, your fragrance, the cologne that you wear, and stuff like that. So, the biggest thing that women are looking for is your frame. And man, this guy just like exuded masculinity, not in a arrogant way, definitely in a kind of a macho way, but that's what women are drawn to. They're drawn to this energy, this like big dick energy. I remember I met this woman at the pool that you could see in the background. This is a real background. This is where I live. This is the Sky Lounge, they call it, public space up in the building. And in the pool, and I've been constantly working on my frame with women, right? And you have to keep reminding yourself something, and then eventually it just becomes kind of a habitual, which is kind of where I'm at now. And so out of the blue, she's like, "You have big dick energy." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, I have big dick energy." Right? So, man, listen, man, how to be a boss as a short man, I'll just leave you with this. It's all about your frame, your mental state. Yes, there's other things like what you're wearing, uh, what do you look like physically, right? What's your like what do you smell like? But it all starts up here. So work on that. Work on just being more confident with women. And the number one thing, the last thing I'll leave you with, because thank you for hanging around this long, is you need to talk to more beautiful women. And you can do that just randomly when you see them in the grocery store, you ask them for directions, whatever, just maybe get some friends that are beautiful women, hang out with them, and just get used to the conversations. You're at a restaurant bar, start a conversation with some women that are beside you. No intentions, no expectations, nothing. And just get used to having those conversations, and then it'll help you be a boss. All right, man. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.